Nations send their best to the campus. The campus shapes them and sends them back to shape nations. But who is reaching the campus? Not just the students, the lecturers, the staff, the traders, the campus communities, and the whole campus. Welcome to Campus Missions Talk, where we equipped the whole church to reach the whole campus with the whole gospel. Because whoever reaches the campus reaches the future. Dr. Hakuri Gaya is my name, and let's talk campus missions. Can I invite you to like this page, share the content, and invite someone to join this conversation? Thank you.
Reach the campus, reach the futures and the church through every door. Whole gospel, whole campus, whole mission.
This is what we're living.
Campus, reach the nation, every spirit and every soul.
From the gate to the community,
We won't stop.
Welcome to Campus Missions Talk. And in this conversation, we talk about the campus and we talk about your role, as you've heard in our introduction. You see, we have been journeying. We've looked at campus as a nation. We look at the whole gospel for the whole campus. We look at the whole church. Maybe you're asking, then how do I really get to understand the campus and reach out to this campus? So today I'll be answering that question and sharing what I call, how do you map the campus nations? How do you exegete the whole campus? As a missionary, we exegete a people group. Don't be confused about that word exegete. How do you expound? How do you open up? How do you research into the campus? As a missionary, we research into a field that he desires to reach. The missionary discipline of knowing your field. If you are going to be an effective missionary, you must know your field. No serious mission organization send workers without preparation. They study the culture, they map power structures, they identify gatekeepers, and they understand the worldview of that particular nation they are reaching. But what's the problem? We do ministry to the campus without study. Most campus ministry in Nigeria begin without any serious study of the campus as a mission field. We organize fellowships, plan crusades, distribute tracts without asking, who are the people here? What do they believe? Where is the power, the pain, and the opportunity within this environment? Do you know what this means? This is like sending a missionary to Japan without learning Japanese. Well-intentioned, but strategically inadequate. In fact, it's bad stewardship. So I want to introduce you to how do you exegete the campus? How do you systematically study a campus as a nation? With the same rigor a cross-cultural missionary brings to an unreached people group. You see, we have many research about unreached people groups, but we don't have research about unreached campuses. And you know what that means? We miss the unreached people group we're going after on the campuses. But how do you do that? Number one, study the field, know the people, and then you design a strategy. Contextualization is one of the most important skills in cross-cultural mission, and campus missions requires the same discipline. So there are 7 dimensions of campus exegesis. 7 dimensions of how you can exegete a campus, how you can expound a campus. Number 1, the people. 2, the government. 3, the economy. 4, the culture. And 5, the intellectual climate. And then 6, the spiritual landscape. And that's the environment. You know, you have to look at that. Let's look at the first one, the dimension, the people rather. Who lives in this nation? Who are the people on campus? So you have to do the demographic mapping. Students. Students are the most visible, but not monolithic. They differ by, so they are the most visible, but they are not just all students of the same age. No, They differ by faculty. You have medical versus arts walls. You have year study. You have freshers and finalists. By origin, you have locals and those who are from other regions, those who are from international communities studying in that campus, and you have background, socio-economic background, their ethnicity, their religious background. They are all on the campus. Although they are all students, they are not from the same family. They are not from the same community. So you have to study that. And beyond the students, the overlooked groups, the lecturers, influence, openness, or hostility to faith. You must know that. What about the administrative staff? What are their role? What pressures do they have? The spiritual need. What about the non-academic staff? Sometimes the most neglected. Yes, they are the most accessible. The traders, their network, their leaders, and their spiritual practices. Until you know who lives in the campus nation, you cannot design a strategy to reach it. You must know who lives in there and then design a strategy for reaching them. Number 2 dimension of the campus, well, the government. Who holds the power on the campus? So you have to map the power structure on the campus. A vice chancellor set the institutional tone. The registrar control admin process. The deans and HODs, they govern academic life. What about the student union? Resources and influence. What about the security officials? They determine the physical access. So you must map out this. If you are going to reach a campus, you must map out this and design something that is critical. Key question for governance mapping. Who is friendly? Which officials support Christian activity? Who is hostile? What policies govern religious expressions? What are the channels, formal, informal path to gain access for events, for materials, for facilities? A campus missionary who does not understand governance will constantly be suppressed by obstacles that could have been anticipated. So you have to think through that and see what you can happen. What's the third dimension of mapping the campus? The economy. How does this nation sustain itself? See, the campus have a commercial ecosystem. Every Nigerian campus or campus in Africa has a commercial ecosystem employing hundreds or thousands. Do you know them? The food vendor on campus, the bookshop owners on campus, the transport, we call them keke, bike, Okada, taxi, buses on campus. What about the service provider, the laundry people and different? What about the banking services? And so many others you need to understand. So what are the questions to us? Understand the dynamics. Are there occultic practices among operators? Is corruption endemic? What economic pressure do traders face? Are there gospel-driven engagement? Is there business mentoring? Are there microfinance opportunities? Are there ethical trading initiatives? Building daily relationship with the vendors. This will go a long way. The fourth dimension is the culture. What does this nation value? What do they value on this campus? Ask the right questions. What does this campus celebrate? What does it tolerate? What does it condemn? What are the dominant norms around relationships, success, morality, and spirituality? You know something? Once I enter a campus, just go to a state university, and what will you see at the gate? Tribal Association signboard. That tells you what is valued there. Go there on Sundays, and you will see tribal meetings. So if you don't study the atmosphere, you will not understand. And the culture vary dramatically. North versus South, different cultural landscape. Federal versus private universities, different institutional ethos. Polytechnic versus university, different social atmosphere. So understanding the specific culture is essential for contextualizing the gospel without compromising it. Are you with me? So that is very critical. And the fifth dimension is the intellectual climate. What ideas dominate on this campus? You see, the classroom shapes worldview. The classroom is not neutral. The ideas that dominate the classroom shape every student who passes through it. Hello, did you get that? Imagine you're on a campus, and in that campus, majority of the lecturers are Muslims. What's the worldview that governs that campus? The Islamic worldview. But you may think it's normal, right? But it governs everything. It governs everything. So there are dominant intellectual currents. You need to ask. Number one, secularism. Religious belief is irrelevant to academic inquiry. Postmodernism. There are no absolute truth out there. Truth are subjective. What about materialism? The physical world is all there is. What about Africa's traditional religion and Islam? They shapes assumption of lecturers and that of students. The campus missionary must understand these intellectual currents the way a surfer must understand the waves. Not to be carried away by them, but to navigate them with skill and purpose. The sixth dimension is the spiritual landscape. What forces are at work on this campus? Designing the spiritual atmosphere is very, very critical. You have to check the campus history and the covenant that has happened. Are there secret cults or cult groups? Are there state of campus fellowships? Are they vibrant or are they compromised? Non-Christian religious groups, are they common? Are there spiritual strongholds, places, practices, and patterns? Are there non-Christian religious groups? Prayer and intercession, are they needed? Prayer and intercession, are they needed? You have to ask all these questions. Beyond visible structure lies a deeper spiritual reality, requiring both research and prayer. The campus nation is a theater of spiritual warfare. Let me tell you, the campus is a battleground. Effective ministry begins with spiritual discernment and is sustained by intercession. So friends, you must do spiritual mapping properly. You must understand the spiritual dynamics at play. What is it that you go to a campus that sexual immorality is everywhere? Very common. Why is it the students on this campus behave this way? So you must understand that dynamics. And the seventh dimension is the environment. What surrounds this nation? What surrounds this nation? The broader context, right? The campus community relationship. Are they harmonious or they are contentious? Are they friendly to students? Or when something happens, they attack students? The nearby churches, how is their current engagement with the campus? External factors, political, economic, security pressures, right? Are there community needs, opportunities for gospel witness? You must think about that and see what can happen. How do you conduct a campus nation exegesis? How do you conduct that? Number one, step-by-step process. Number one, assemble a research team. Students, lecturers, staff, community members, experienced campus missionaries. Two, conduct field visits. Walk the entire campus. Academic blocks, hostels, markets, staff quarters, surrounding communities. Walk there. Then three, interview key informants, long-serving staff, fellowship leaders, traders, community leaders, Christian in the system. Interview them. Then what do you do again? Number four, document your findings. Create a routine campus nation profile. Mapping all 7 dimensions. Pray over your findings. Ask the Holy Spirit to reveal what research alone cannot do. Spiritual dynamics, divine appointments, strategic entry point, and then design a strategy based on thorough, prayerful understanding, not tradition, assumption, or what works elsewhere. You must think about every campus as a unique field, right? So what do? Assemble a team. do a field visit, interview informal campus, create a campus profile, pray on your finding, and then what do you do next? Action step for you who has been following this conversation. Who should act? Fellowship leaders. When did you last systematically study your campus? Conduct a campus nation exegesis this semester. Churches in campus missions. Before your next outreach, invest in research, visit the campus, talk to people, map the territory, and to everyone following this conversation, create a simple campus nation profile template and begin filling it in for the campuses nearest to you. You see, friend, you cannot reach a nation you have not studied. Map the campus before you enter the campus. I hope you've learned something. Keep following Campus Missions Talk. Share with somebody, like and share. And I look forward to seeing you in my next conversation with you.